With Organization Portal, you can create an online presence for your business and manage it on the go, be it political, non-governmental, civic organization, business owner, social institutions, and so on. There's room for everyone. You can do more with Organization Portal, from adding team members to creating campaigns, posts, debates, and much more. Get started by downloading Vigil app or visit vigil.com. Vigil, increasing your socio-political influence.
Good morning, our audience and our respective viewer. Welcome again to today's program. I'm Fola Jimmy Samuel, and I'm pleased to hold this program with you here. So we'll be looking into our election coverage program today that is regarding Kogi State, Bayelsa State, and Imo State. We all know how significant this today is to this state as they are conducting their election. So I have with me some guests here who will be taking us through the situation and the state of things as regards this election today. So first, I have with me Honorable Friday Agedu. Is a APC shifting in Bayelsa State, and he has a lot of, he's a statesman as well. So Honorable Friday, please, can you hear me? Please, I would like to bring you into this show, and I want you to know it's good having you here. Please, can you say something, Honorable Friday?
Hello, Graham. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Honorable Friday. Yeah. It's good to
I'm
have
not
you here
an
today.
APC training by I'm from a good state actually.
All right.
I'm just
Okay.
a public affairs analyst.
All right. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So anyway, we are happy and delighted to have you with us on this program.
Thank
So,
you very
Honorable, you are looking at the state of things as regard Bayelsa State politics. Please, I would
Yeah.
just like if you could just walk us through the state of things. We want to know what's happening in Bayelsa from the political stance now. We just want to have an update of what's happening in Bayelsa, the state of their politics, and their statesmanship as a whole, please, sir.
Okay, from history,
Okay.
Bayelsa has been a PDP state since 1999 until about 4 years ago, when there was about to be a change with the emergence of David Lyon as the governor-elect, until Supreme Court changes back again a day before his inauguration. And it has been a PDP state. And from our findings in Bayelsa, it seems to me that with what has been with what's on ground, the governor is most likely to retain his seat.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Because even among the APC folds, a lot are not even with Silva.
Okay.
A lot see Silva as one politician who wants to have everything to himself. I was expecting APC as a party to at least give the ticket back to David Lyon, because he seems to be more popular and accepted. But just yesterday, I read on the internet a press release from some APC group who call themselves APC professionals in Bayelsa, dumping their own candidate for Governor Diri, the PDP candidate. So obviously, as it's going, the PDP is most likely to win. But what we expect is at least a free, fair, credible election, protections of lives and properties. We don't want what happened in Rivers, for instance, to happen again in Bayelsa. Election shouldn't be a do or die affair.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't win today, you will win tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we expect that there should be a level playing ground for all aspirants, all candidates rather, and allow the people decide if they feel Governor Diri is working, they can return it back. Enough, and they want a change, then they can still vote for another candidate. The way it stands with my own permutation right now, the PDP candidate has an edge over others, both as an power of incumbency, and the fact that the the APC candidate doesn't seem to be as popular as the governor.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Honorable Agedo. Yeah. So going back to your analysis here, that's very good, and I would say it's a celestial one. But however, looking at the performance of these candidates, uh, how would you say that well their performance would make them suitable and viable for this post they are contesting for as governor?
Okay, well, from my analysis, even as an APC chieftain,
Okay.
even while the APC governorship candidate was a minister for state for petroleum, I didn't feel his impact as a minister. We didn't feel his impact as a minister, even as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The truth is, he was one of the worst performing ministers Buhari had in his government. That is one on the side. For the PDP guy, the governor of Bayelsa State,
Yes,
I'm not standing in for him. I'm not standing in
okay.
for him, but with what I've gotten, he has done enough for his people. But if they feel he hasn't done enough, they can reject him. But for Silva doesn't seem to be a popular, let me use the word quote unquote,
Okay.
popular candidate. He
Oh,
doesn't seem to be loved. He seemed like somebody who came to impose himself on APC
okay.
because
Okay.
he claims to be the founder of APC in Bayelsa. He claimed at the same time is the leader of APC. You know, if APC had given to somebody like what's it called, the former governorship candidate in the last election, like David Lyon, perhaps
Yeah.
it would have been a keenly contested election. You know, but for now, I don't think Silva is as popular enough
That's,
to defeat the state government.
oh. That's very good to know. That's very good to know. So okay, now going to the election issues, you know, from that that's you know, a state in the south is like from what let me say here say is accrued to be a volatile state. You understand? So I don't know, but I want your clear insight on, do you think that volatility is, will find a way to maybe come into this election they have today, and it may impact the outcome of the election? Because I know either both party, PDP and APC, they are well prepared for today, and they have they've set some actions in motion, which may likely impact today's elections outcome. So I don't know. Please, can you just give us your insights on that, probably to know how the volatility and how it may turn out to impact the effect of today's election and its credibility, actually.
Okay, anyway, an average Ijaw community is a volatile place.
Yeah.
For instance, where I come from in Benin, Benin person, we have an Ijaw community in my local government. And we know how INEC prepare themselves when they are going there for an election. So for the small community in my local government is more or less like the entire Bayelsa state. They are surrounded by almost everywhere you go in Bayelsa state. If you must go through water. Majority of the places you go in Bayelsa state, you must pass through water. And the actors involved, they are all from there. The
Yeah.
voters, they are resident there. The only people I'm kind of worried about are the INEC ad hoc staffs. Although majority
Okay.
of them seem to come from there, but so for some who are not from there, I just feel for them. But for those who are there, they know the system, they know how it works, they know how they can handle themselves. In the last election, in Bayelsa State, for instance, I can't remember if there were any cases of violence, unlike what we heard about the River State in the 2020 general election, But I'm not too. I feel they understand themselves better. They know what to do to compose themselves. Those I'm bothered about, like I said, are the INEC staff. Like for instance, INEC dropped a press release yesterday night saying that one of their staffs one of the hard staff was kidnapped while they
Yeah.
were. I think their boat
It's
capsized,
unfortunate.
and while they was waiting for another boat to come and
Yeah.
pick him up, It was adopted.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I remember.
yeah.
Yes, I
So
remember.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I feel for people like that who don't understand the area, but for those who know,
yeah,
who understand the volatile stuff of the vicinity, they know how to kind of comport themselves. So they know what to do. It's like coming to Benin, for instance, for an election, and asking us and asking us how we would comport us. We know each other, even if we're PDP or APC. We know each other
yes,
families
you're
out.
right.
So we know that election is just a day. After the election, we are still brothers and sisters. So that I expect from them as well. I expect that they comport themselves properly and make sure that this election shouldn't be a do or that affair. They are all the Jaws. Majority of them in Bayelsa are all the Jaws. They speak the same language. They understand each other. So they can easily tell themselves, you calm down, let's calm down and do these things peacefully. We've been getting insights that I'm not speaking for a particular party, that a particular candidate is playing on violence to win the election, but they should know, they should understand that we will learn every day. 2023 is not 1999. From 1999 to 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019 till now, we improve every day, even if we've not gotten to where we're supposed to get to. But at this time,
You're right.
I'm very sure that nobody will think of ballot snatching at this time, unlike 1999 or the past years. And I was listening to the chief of the staff when he said anybody who run ballot box is deliberately running to the cemetery. So meaning the security agencies, the army
Yeah,
are ready.
yeah,
So and they should protect the INEC staff. Most importantly, the indigenous
most
knows how
importantly.
to take care of themselves.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that celestial suggestion, Mr. Honorable Agedo. Thank you so much for it. So yeah, now going back to last week, I read that the IG said Inspector General of Police said he has deployed sufficient security forces to these states. But we all know from historical antecedents of the past, we all know that even security forces are, at times they are not usually sufficient. You understand, to quell, you know, any eventuality that may arise from maybe chaos, or maybe attempt to disrupt the electoral process. But now let's say going back to the last presidential election we had, and also onward to the gubernatorial election. There were a record of high case of violence across the states and nation. Some states, some people could not even cast their votes. In many other states here, some people could not cast their votes. Some people were threatened. Some people, even voted, under inducement and threats. You understand? Fear. So we have this case all over. So I don't know if you can envisage the possibility of this also happening in Bayelsa as regards to this election, or you probably feel nothing of such could happen so far. No, we have security forces deployed all over these enclaves.
Well, we cannot say we cannot rule out that even agents, the security agents, they are not even properly secured. Even their life is even at stake as well. You know. So what I must commend the IG, although I must commend
Okay.
him. I listened to him the last time there was this town hall meeting with INEC and other political parties on Channel television when he said police right now have been properly trained for election purposes. What I would advise in cases like this, if you are deploying policemen, for instance, to states like Bayelsa, it won't be out of place if you deploy this. I mean, those who speak their languages, so that they can help in
Yes.
protecting their colleagues who don't speak. Because
Colleagues.
most
Yeah.
times, election, with my experience on management, most times police has less work to do. If the community, comport themselves, police will have less
Yeah.
work to do. All right, but
Yes.
because most
Yeah.
times they'll tell you you cannot if arrest anybody. Whatever happens is politics. Before you know, the big men will
Yes.
come and bail each other. Meanwhile, those who will pay for you, those who will die had already died. So if they can,
Yeah.
for instance, deploy few men who understand the system, who understand their language, so they can talk, because this thing is not about civility. It's not like policemen who take guns or armor tank to the polling units. You know, most times it's even said that policemen should not go to the polling units with firearms.
Yeah.
And when the policeman is going to a polling unit just with, let's say, a stick with such a volatile area, even the policeman
Yeah.
is only
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
even secured. So most
Yeah.
times, if they can, it has to do with constant community engagement with these people.
It's true. You're
Make them
right. Yeah.
understand that the policemen you are sending to you, they are more or less like your brothers and your sisters. It's not like they have several lives. It's not like they are one special human beings. It's what makes them different from you is their uniform and perhaps the fact that they are government workers. You know. So if you cannot rule out the fact that there might be issues, because an average Ijaw environment is a volatile environment. Those guys are so quick
Yeah.
to violence. Even when they are cracking jokes
Violence.
with
Yeah.
you, like they're quarreling with you.
Yeah.
You know.
Hmm.
So if the police should just be civil, try and understand them and see whatever they can do to reduce to the minimum, to reduce to the barest minimum electoral violence.
Thank you very much, Honorable Agedo. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
would like to just retrace back to the experience I had during the presidential election. Then I was in one of these local governments. I think probably Gweben then in Edo State. Yeah, so I was one of the electoral officer, and the on the election eve, yeah, the night preceding the election, yeah, we had some encounter with, let me say, these area boys. Normally in this place they will say, we are the area boys. You have to give us this before you can, like settle. How it plays out here in Edo State environment. So, and I think the night was it was around 9 o'clock in the night, around 9 p.m. in the night. Yeah, so there was no security forces around us, and we were unsecured. Let me probably say we were insecure because there was nobody, and they were threatening us at the time. In fact, they grabbed me by the collar, and these guys they even had all this. Let me say, some of them had cutlass, some of them have knife, and all this, you know, weapons with which they can, inflict injury. So we were virtually under threat. So we had to call our zonal coordinator. This is what is happening. This is our situation. And you would believe that it took almost 1 hour. Let me say even about over an hour before uh, the security force can come and rescue our situation. Because okay, let's just imagine maybe within that 1 hour frame, maybe they've probably injured or killed anyone. You understand? And this was on the basis that they've assured us that they have security forces all around, the polling unit area. But now reverse is the case. What that incident, in fact, I'm still trying to, let me say, I'm still trying to recover from the shock, because in fact, it was by chance that I almost escaped that night. If had the security force not come over an hour, maybe probably something else must have happened. So this goes on to say that, regardless of whether security forces have been deployed to monitor and curtail the electoral process, I will still say from practical experience and the reality I've had in the past presidential election that it will still not be sufficient enough to guarantee people's life and electoral officers' life. That's one. Now, then the second question again, I would like you to just give me your insight upon is we all know the state of the nation now. Over the years, INEC, or let me say our electoral body, they've been failing, they failed in their capacity, as an electoral management system, you understand, to give us credible election. Let me say, or probably, to give us a credible outcome in every electoral process. And this is evident in the last presidential election. We all know what happened in the last over the last 2 weeks of the electoral tribunal verdict and others. You understand? And this is not even picturing Nigeria well within the committee of nation states. You understand? So I want to say, from your own viewpoint, do you feel that INEC, in their capacity as an electoral management body, have failed to deliver their mandate in the sense of giving out credible election? Because as it still stands today, we all know that when it comes to election in Nigeria, we are far from being credible. There has never been any true and credible election given in the past few years. And I'm not seeing maybe in the subsequent year to come, maybe we are even closer to having a credible election. So please, I just want your input on this. If probably INEC has failed in their mandate to deliver a credible election to Nigeria, or probably if within the community of nation states, they still see Nigeria as a failed state when it comes to our electoral process.
Okay, when it comes to election credibility, everybody their different opinions. Yeah, we might not have gotten to where we are going to at the moment, but I can tell you we are improving every day. For the last general election, for me, I think INEC did their best possible best. What happened in the last election was a lot of people who are even supposed to be neutral were interested parties. A lot of civil society organizations who were supposed to be neutral acted like they were interested parties because they already have this hatred for the then the then government in power. So did INEC satisfy? Did INEC did INEC tried? Well, yeah, they did well. Are there rooms for improvement? Oh, very well. There are rooms for improvement. For me, I would want to comment INEC for one thing for these beavers. Before now, before now, even in the Bayelsa state election, there's one particular local government, I think Southern Nigeria or so. If they bring votes for me from there, you would think ants, goats, everybody votes in that particular local government. But with these beavers, you cannot just come and say you want to bring one 500,000 votes for one Nigeria community where nobody's live. It's either if there is accreditation there, that they cannot be voted. That I give to INEC. But are there rooms for improvement? Yes, there are rooms for improvement. There are, like I tell people, there is no perfect election in the world, even in the United States that will claim to be the father of the world. There are scientific rigging even over there. That is one. Then talking about security issues and with your experience, it's one thing we've always advocated that security agencies when the former president came on board in 2015, he made mention that he wants to start recruiting 10,000 policemen every year. 10,000 policemen every year. As a matter of fact, if they couldn't even. I think 10,000 they only did once, and the rest we didn't hear anything again. These security agencies are overstretched. And don't forget, during the presidential election, like you mentioned, it was all states. All states were they were election in virtually 36 states. And
Yeah.
everybody will be able to do it. Unlike now, where it's just 3 states, they can choose to empty a particular state command and pack them to another state to support
Sit,
those
yeah.
ones there. And there
Yeah.
will be sufficient men on ground. But during that
Yeah.
presidential election, it was like all states to manage themselves. They wouldn't have been able to bring men from Russia to come and protect them here now. So if I'm to advise going forward, there should be
Okay.
recruitment of police officers every year. The Buhari administration had probably maybe they had the blueprint, but they were not able to implement it, and that's why it was one of the failed administration in Nigeria. In fact, the most. In fact, I don't want. I'm trying to constrain my English because the guy was a total failure. So INEC can improve. They can improve. Are they doing better? Yes, they are. And don't forget, INEC starts their Nigerians like us.
Yes,
And
you're
we know
you're
why
right.
it
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
And we know why it is
Yeah.
here in Nigeria. Everybody is
Yeah.
about interest. Even an average
Yes.
civil servant today is an interested person in the political party one way or the other. You can see what happened in Imo State, where Joe Ajero went there to say he wants to protest non-compliance or whatever agreement they had with the state with NLC. Meanwhile, he didn't know that the state governor is a politician, and he knows when to differentiate between politics and activism. That's where Joe Ajero messed up. So even the NLC now, they are even interested party. The NLC couldn't differentiate between NLC as a body and the Labour Party as an institution.
And an
You know,
institution, you're right.
so we
Yeah.
should, we should, we should learn to do things the proper way. First, the government should try. It's not difficult for them. The next 8 years, if you are employing 10,000 youth, into the security agency, the next 8 years we'll have 80,000. Add to what we have now, and they will be sufficient. Unlike now, where we don't even have enough of them, and majority of the fine ones are even protecting the big men.
It's true. And that's
Then they
a
will
sad
now,
situation.
then they will now pick the ones on the road to go and start manning polling units. And those ones
Polling
now, maybe
units.
they never see it how many days. If anybody just
Yeah.
give them something, they will just lose guard.
They'll just compromise. Yeah.
You get. So
Yeah,
it's the
I get.
system itself. You won't blame the system itself. If we can fix it, if
System
we can
is.
learn to raise and fix our institutions, our system, instead of breeding people, Let's build a very good institution, a very good system. Then we would have less problems.
All right, thank you, Honorable Gato. Thank you very much for your point. Concerning the beavers again, I would say from my own perspective, because during the presidential election, then we know, yeah, there were many glitches arising from the beavers, and it's malfunctioning and others. But relatively, during the gubernatorial election, we discovered from analysis that it was a bit not, it was, let me say, it was minimal. Yeah, let's say issues, regarding beavers and Arab not working was minimal because, the let me say uh, the usage let me say the usage traffic was a bit minimal. So now for these three states, which is of Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State, I feel that beavers should work well. I don't envisage any malfunctioning arising from beavers or any inappropriation arising from beavers. I feel that they should have been well prepared for today. So from my own context, I don't see any fault or any issue arising from beavers, malfunctioning, and also probably in the electoral transmission process. I really don't see any glitch in that because this is just three states, and it will be easier for HINEC, you understand, to at least be able to manage the electoral process of the state well, unlike when we've had the whole state being managed. So that's that for that. Then, Honorable Agedo, again, I want to thank you for your valuable input and insight on this program. So I just want to cap it up. I want to know your final viewpoint on what you feel we can do, understand, to just maintain a good electoral process in Nigeria, and also at least to give, let me say, Nigeria's, to improve on Nigeria's credibility in terms of how we are being perceived all over the world. Because when you hear, when most, let me say now, when the global community, when they just talk about Nigeria, they see us as a joke. In light of what we've seen in the past, rising from our president and so many other issues, you understand, corruption, failed infrastructures, many others. So they just see Nigeria country as a joke. That's just what I feel and what I've had from analysis. But I just want to hear from you. What do you feel we can do to salvage this situation and at least to boost Nigeria's credibility in front of the committee of nation states, and at least how they perceive us and what we can do to also you know bring in good values that will salvage our name.
Okay, quick one. I don't think I want to disagree with people who always use the word that other countries see us as joke. I think our problem in Nigeria is this inferiority complex. We will now make these people, these so-called countries you talked about, their opinion will now override our own opinion. It is very wrong. Who says this country I'm talking about they are perfect? One of the most corrupt countries in this world is the UK. If you go and check your proper
Yeah,
analysis, one of the most corrupt countries in fact, the whites are more corrupt than even the black. I think most times the problem we have is because we don't like a system, because we're not comfortable with a particular system, then we rubbish it, and we forget that this system we rubbish. We are the system. Let me give you an instance. There was a time I think the former president of Donald Trump,
okay.
when he referred to Nigeria as a shithole, and
Yeah, I remember them.
unfortunately I listened to Nigerians referring to their own countries as shithole. Why is it that it's somebody outside the country that is it what makes these guys what makes these white guys better off than us? It's these people who see these guys as God and talk like this. I don't. For me, I think me as a person, I've never thought about all this Jackpot syndrome or talking because I see my country as one. I mean, before those guys, before their countries. So I beg to differ when they say, "Oh, these guys see us as joke." No, sir, they don't see us as joke. We are the one who assume because
Yeah,
we are so
so
emotional as a person, as a people. We, sorry, please. We need to take
Sorry.
these emotions aside and begin to critically analyze ourselves. Of course, we
Yeah.
have not gotten there. Are we going there? Oh, yes. Are we making improvement? Yes. Because a particular candidate is not win doesn't mean they'll begin to see us like what we think they are seeing us. It's only a figment of these people's imagination. For me, if they are seeing us like that, no countries, none of those world countries will invite the current president for conferences and all. It's currently in Saudi Arabia. If they see us as joke, they won't invite him there.
Yeah.
He is the president, is the president. Whatever the outcome comes out, the Supreme Court have decided, and that's the highest court
Sorry.
in the land.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, we have the emotion, we should keep it aside and move forward. Election has come and gone. Let's move, let's see how we can make this country a better place. It is for all of us to do, it's not for just one person to do. So if we begin to condemn ourselves like this, you are the one condemning ourselves, nobody sees us as jokes. You are the one assuming that sees us as jokes. These people, these few individuals who are Nigerians who believe they live abroad, they think they have information. They'll not be telling us, oh, see, look at you. They are not seeing anything of such. The people you are looking up to, the UK, a lot of these guys are running to, they are more corrupt even than Nigeria itself. I can tell you that for free. An
Yeah.
average white man is very and I'm telling you this with experience. I've worked with them. They will come to they come here and think to steal. The problem with us here is we now because of we want quick make and pass our guy. Then we will succumb to it. Meanwhile, the what you are compared to what you have taken from me as a result of that advice is minute.
Minute. Yeah.
If we as a nation, if we as a country begin to see ourselves, I mean, by ourselves as they will not say otherwise. Whatever they say is their personal opinion. Like it's like your wife. It's like you putting on a shirt that is torn by the wife looks at you and say you are beautiful. Then one girl come and look at you and tell you are looking ugly. Our opinion does not count.
Yeah.
Your
It's
wife's
true.
own matters
All
to
right.
to the personal side. So we should see ourselves as great nation. Even if we might not have gotten there, I understand. But it's a gradual process. The Tinubu will enter president today. He knows what he saw. It's not. In fact, let me say it on national TV. The best rigger won. All of them had an atom of rigging. The other candidate, the Labour Party candidate who won in the southeast had 97% of votes. So are you telling me there are not APC members there where you won?
All right. All right. Yeah.
Rigging comes in different ways. It can come in form of a threat. When they tell me when they are going to vote now, in Benin, for instance, they place in Oredo here, where Labour Party people were grounded, and they tell you if you are coming, they won't touch you. They're not insulting you. But once you are coming to vote for APC, they'll begin to laugh at you. Before you know, your morale is dropped.
It's true. It's true.
So for me, that's part of election region as well. So let's not allow international community's opinion supersede ours over our own affair. you know. So we should begin to see ourselves as our own heroes. Let that the opinion should not count over us. Let our own opinion count over ourselves. That's my own
Absolutely.
take on that. Sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you. Thank you for that valuable input. So I think this brings us to the end of this program today. Thank you again, Honorable Agedo. It's a pleasure
Thank you very
to
much.
have
Thank you
you
very much.
with us on this program. I really appreciate your valuable input so far. So again,
Yes.
this is video media, and we are into civic engagement, and we try to identify with the people by showcasing valuable input today. So again, thank you again, Honorable Agedo. So we look forward to
Thank you
have you
very much.
more on our program subsequently. All right, thank you
Thank you very
again.
much.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful day. Okay.
You too.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Farouk. You need to report any form of incidents or injustice that's happening within your locality. I know you'd also like to update your friends, your family, and also the public as a whole. You can do this with the incident report feature on Video app. You have the ability to choose the type of incident, to describe the kind of incidents, and as well to add photos and many more. To use the feature, download Video app now on Google Play Store and on App Store. Thank you.